What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. I listened to a video that Brian Norman Sr. made on Fanon's channel the other day, and I think at this point it's time for him to stop trying to explain that situation with his son and Jerron Ennis. They not gonna fight him, and they going on and doing their own thing, what they probably should have been doing anyway. But at this point, it ain't nothing to explain. The bottom line is, y'all don't want to fight right now. Ain't nothing wrong with not wanting to fight. Ain't nothing wrong with not being ready to fight Boots right now. It's not. And like I said, man, I never thought that was the right direction for them to go in the first place. I remember when he first got the title, I made a video, and I felt like if Devin Haney was coming in the welterweight division, Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez with Brian Norman's size, I felt like they was the perfect guys for him to start off fighting with dudes like that, that's high-level fighters, but not real big welterweights. Like Boots is a big welterweight, and I didn't think that would have been the smartest move to start off against a welterweight of that size. That's why, like I said, when they was talking about making a fight, I felt like they was to some degree selling the belt, because I didn't, I like Brian Norman, I think I'm gonna like him more and more. Like I said, I only been watching him, really paying attention for the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. But since I've been paying attention, I like what I see. But it don't look to me like he ready for that fight right now. And Brian Norman Sr., I would say this, if he being honest, they really do need to put the right respect on Boots' name, because that's why they asked for $2 million, because it was Boots. If it was somebody else, just like what they finna do, they wouldn't have been looking for that kind of money. It's because who Boots is in the boxing world, and how dangerous a fight that is, and that's the proper respect to give it, because if it was somebody else, he wouldn't have been asking for he wouldn't be worried about his son making a couple of $1 million right there. But that was a very, very, very likely that he could lose that fight if he get in there with Boots, and that's just being honest about it. And them going another direction is the right thing for them to do. That's not the right fight for them right now. I agree with what he said. They making their way the same way Jerron Ennis made his. I agree. You just don't get out here like you really want to fight with him like that. You don't. That's why you asking for the type of money you asking for. And I got no problem with it. Like I said, I didn't think that was the right fight anyway. I think Brian Norman Sr., he ain't trying to make his son take a step back in his career if you don't have to. But if you pay him enough, they would. That's basically what they said. And that's what everybody's saying. If you overpay me, I'll fight him. That's basically. So that's why. So for they to say he ain't fought the fights, he can't get the fights. Dudes want ridiculous money to get in the ring with him. Whatever level they on, they want way more than they ever got paid in their life to fight him. So that's telling you everything you need to know right there. I agree with Brian Norman Sr., but I also agree with the guy, I can't remember what his name is, that Fanon brought on there. That's why he can't get nobody in the ring, Boots, because people asking for money that they know these people ain't gonna give them for that fight. They not gonna give you all that money when you ain't been making close to that kind of money. And like I say, all the personal stuff about the taxes and all, that's their personal business. I didn't want to hear none of that, to be honest with you. I don't care what none of the fighters make. I hope they getting what they supposed to get. I'm a boxing fan. I want to see good fights. I don't care about all that other stuff they be talking about. That's their personal business. We out here trying to see and talk up good, real fights, and I don't, for me, I didn't want that fight, because Brian Norman from Atlanta, I really want him to reach his full potential and really make some noise with that belt, and he won't do it going out there fighting a guy that might be a few levels above him and way bigger. It would have been damn near a career suicide to take that fight this early in your career, and let that be your first title belt. That's almost like them trying to play you like a sucker, and take the belts from him, and I'm glad Brian Norman Sr. took a second to sit back and really think about it and stopped all the noise. I didn't think the noise was, I'm not gonna say I didn't think it was legitimate. I thought it was unnecessary. I thought it was bad timing, and I thought it was the wrong fight for Brian Norman right now. Ain't nothing about Brian Norman that I would want to see him in the ring with Jerron Ennis right now. I want to see Ennis end up with the best guys in the division. Brian Norman is a good fighter, and he will be a great fighter if you give him time to get great. But once again, like his dad said, he only 23 years old. He a kid still, So, I mean, Devin is older than him, And like I say, man, that's who he should be fighting. Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, fighters that's more of his size and pretty much they around, to me, look the same level. Boots, Boots look like he that package. You know what I mean? And he is that package because just what people is asking for alone to get him in the ring, let you know he the real deal. I mean, the fact that you will fight another guy for hundreds of thousands of dollars less, and this ain't no shade on Brian Norman or nothing, but that's showing you. That's letting you know that what time it is going in that ring with Boots. And if I'm gonna go in here and take a fight like that, I want to break the bank, and shit. I mean, you can't knock a man for trying. I feel like that's his job to try to get the most money he can for his son, and especially if you're gonna put him in a fight that shit is more 60-40 on the other side than it is on his side. It definitely ain't 50-50. I don't see that being a 50-50 fight. I really don't. This is no shade to Brian Norman. He just ain't there yet. And it's levels to boxing, and you move up in levels. He's moving at the right trajectory right now, if you ask my opinion. And it would be, like I said, it would be career suicide to go out there and take a fight like that right now. Hungry as Boots is, bad as he ready to put on, and really show people what he all about. I mean, I ain't know when the hell I throw that boy in there like that. I'm glad they rethought this. That ain't the fight. Jerron Ennis need a different fight than that. He really need Crawford, Errol Spence type. He need to be fighting those level fighters. He need to be in the ring with somebody like that. And don't like none of them guys. Well, Spence, we don't know what he gonna do. And Bud ain't taking no chance like that. He done made that clear. So I mean, these guys got no shame, and I ain't try to shoot no shot at nobody, but these guys got no shame in ducking fights. It's just that people want to pick and choose who they call a duck. Somebody came in the comment section the other day saying that Tank has been a duck. I can't really say that. You ain't heard Shakur Stevenson ever since he had that fight with whoever that dude was, and he been free. And Tank been free. You ain't heard him one time mention that man's name. Not once. Tank the superstar. He not chasing nobody. People chasing him at this point. And Tank done fought real fights. It's amazing the disrespect that Leo Santa Cruz get. Ryan Garcia is a real fighter, man. I don't know why people try to treat Ryan Garcia like he's some C-level fighter or something, and he not. Ryan Garcia is real competition. Tank has fought, Pedraza was undefeated when Tank fought him. Tank done fought a lot of good fights. Hell, it ain't with so many people. Now, did he not fight some people? Yeah, it wouldn't have been easy to make the fight with Lomachenko at the time when they was doing that cross the street mess was going on in the sport. And like I said, I mean, they was just getting ready to fight. Loma just bagged out. Ain't nobody talking about Loma for falling back. So like I say, man, shit, he done fought pretty much. Well, like I say, who for me, with Tank, tell me who you want to see him fight. Shakur didn't want that fight right now. If he did, he would say so. He ain't looking in that direction. And to be honest with you, that fight is not ready yet. Shakur need to go out here and have some good performances so he could, bolster up his fan base a little bit, or he gonna have all that money ain't gonna be right, because if one guy's selling all the tickets, that check you ain't gonna get the check you looking for. So I feel like Shakur, it wouldn't hurt him to wait another year and have a couple of fights and eventually knock somebody out, and give the fans a little drama in a fight to make that fight what it's supposed to be, because those are the elite boxers in that division, Tank and Shakur, and that's a big risk for both fighters. Now, if that's one of them fights where you really want to see everybody get paid right, now Shakur can't get what Tank get, but Shakur need to be paid fairly. In order for him to do that, he gonna have to go out here and create a little bit more drama in some of his fights. They just too bland. It's not boring to me, because I like to watch people with boxing skills, but a lot of people, it turns a lot of people off. Floyd had that problem at one time when he was outboxing people. Larry Merchant and them used to try to say those stuff like he not gonna really be able to sell because he ain't knocking them out. But Floyd definitely proved them wrong, and Shakur in time could prove a lot of stuff wrong too. But as of right now, I don't see enough buzz around his name to make a fight like that now. Because he gonna, if you don't get some more juice behind his name, the money ain't gonna be right, and he's not gonna take short money to get in the ring with Tank. He's not gonna do it. So, yeah, we want to see the fight, but the realisticness of it ain't there. It's just not. It's at a point right now where the fight can happen, but somebody ain't gonna get paid right. Them dudes ain't going out there, and ain't nobody finna go out there and jag they trick they spot off, rushing a fight that ain't ready yet. That fight clearly is not ready yet, if you ask my opinion. I would like to see that fight as well, but once again, Shakur need to go out here and have one or two fights that, more memorable fights, and then I think they can make that thing happen. But Brian Norman Sr. did the right thing, not fighting Boots. The reasons don't matter to nobody, but the reasons don't matter. And the reason why I can't call them a duck, they didn't call Boots. Boots called them. And Boots people called them. And Brian Norman Sr. tried to come up. I would want my father to do the same for me if I was in Brian Norman Jr. position. I would want my dad to be out there trying to get me top dollar, and get me what I feel like I deserve, So I ain't got no problem with that, but I do got a problem with them. Only thing I got a problem with is when they try to talk about who Boots ain't fought and they ain't trying to get in the ring with him. Because the same reason why he ain't fought nobody, the same reason why y'all ain't fighting him. Dudes don't want to get in there with him unless they gonna get overpaid, because they know it's a damn good possibility they're gonna lose. They don't want to just say that. But that's what that ticket be about. When a dude want ridiculous money compared to what they usually get, that's cause this is a fight that they can lose. And fight that they don't really want. Like I say it all the time. It's ways to get out of a fight. Without people, fighters do it all the time. Overprice themselves. What these folks ain't. What these folks ain't gonna pay you. So you can just throw that figure up there and hope to get lucky. Because 9 times 10, even if you come up with the number, it'll be something else. Because they don't want that fight right now. Hell, I didn't want it right now. So once again, good. It was the right decision made by the Normans, and I agree with his father completely in the fact that the same way they trying to, Boots is doing his thing, and they try to do it their way. I don't blame the Normans. I be trying to do it my way too, and later on, I don't think they're gonna ever fight, because Boots ain't gonna be at 147 long, and Brian Norman, he gonna be around there for a little while, So if they didn't fight this time, when they gonna fight. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see them fighting ever, to be honest with you. If I'm just telling the truth, Boots is not going to be in a welterweight division. I doubt more than another year. Because why hang around in the division that you've been in for 4 years and ain't been able to, longer than that, and can't get nobody real in the ring? And if you go up to 154, I know somebody that's going to probably retire. That's just to avoid this situation altogether. Some of these dudes is going to go ahead and hang the gloves up. That lets you know what Boots is right there. These guys don't want to get in there and rumble with their youngin'. They really don't. Do I think he can beat everybody? Don't know. I ain't seen him take a punch. I ain't seen him in no. I've seen him buzzed in the ring before, but I ain't seen him in there with no real resistance. Cause the real resistance won't get in there with him, and you can't blame that on him. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.